I have been waiting for years and years now, ever since I got into collecting 4K movies. One series in particular has always piqued my interest on how great it could look on the format, and that is James Bond. If you don't know me, you know that I am a massive James Bond fan. I love the series. I've been watching the movie since I was like 12, 13 years old. I had the VHS tapes, I have the DVDs, I have the Blu-ray box sets, I have the individual steelbooks for the Daniel Craig movies, even though two of the Daniel Craig movies come in the 50th anniversary box set that I own. I have been a fan of this series for a good chunk of my life, and ever since I got into 4K collecting, I've been always excited about what the earlier films could look in 4K. We have had James Bond in 4K in the past years. We've had the Daniel Craig movies, all of them on 4K. No Time to Die got a 4K release of this nice steelbook. So the Daniel Craig movies have had their 4K treatments, but a lot of us, including myself, wanted some of the earlier classic James Bond movies that we grew up watching. Then 2025 hit. And when I heard we were getting the Sean Connery movies on 4K, my heart just dropped. I got so excited. I'm like, I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care how much it costs. I am pre-ordering this set. I was eyeing the standard edition because that was the less expensive one. I have the regular basic set of the Daniel Craig one, so that seemed like the obvious choice. But then I thought to myself, no, come on. I need the fancy box set. I need the steelbook set. And so obviously that is what I went with. I got this a day early, and I am just so excited right now. It's June 9th as of recording this, and this comes out June 10th. This is an Amazon exclusive box set. Like I said, there is a standard edition that looks like it's just a regular 4K disc with a slipcover over it. You just get the 4K discs in that. Overseas in the UK, though, you do get Blu-rays with them. But here in the States, it's just 4Ks, which honestly I'm fine with. But, you know, like I said, I had to get the Amazon exclusive steelbook set. I do have the Daniel Craig films on steelbook. They're just Blu-ray steelbooks. Maybe one day I'll see if I can find 4K steelbooks of those, but yeah, I'm just so excited. This is a much bigger set than I got. First off, let's take a look at that. It's gonna be a little hard with the glare. It's still in the packaging, so there's that side of it. There's the back of it with all the information. You can pause it and read it if you'd like. And then the other side is just the 00 part of the 007 logo. Nothing on the top. Legal stuff on the bottom with all the films listed on it. And yeah, this I like when we get aluminum, metal, whatever you want to call it, outer boxes for the steelbooks. We had that with the Superman box set. I'll link my video to that in an annotation here. But yeah, I'm just too excited. I want to open this up already. So without further ado, let's get to the unboxing. I really hope I didn't scratch that because I didn't really pay attention to that. Okay, it's not scratched. Okay, there's that. Plastic is off of it. Okay, I like how... Okay, so the J card, whatever card you want to call it, it does stick to the bottom of it, and there's glue residue on it. Give me a second. Stick on my desk there. All right, so the J card, whatever you want to call it, it does just slide off the top. Very similar to, again, very similar to the Superman box sets. Very similarities to that. And oh, there they are. So here's the outer box, better without the plastic on it. There's not so much of a glare on it. Still nothing on the top, and just legal stuff on the bottom. But then there's your steelbooks. There they are. So I know a lot of fans weren't very happy with the artwork of the steelbooks. We'll go over them in a minute. I can understand the complaints, but I honestly, in my opinion, it could have been a lot worse. They could have picked something like really terrible or dreadful. They could have gone with this design for the looks of any of the releases when it came to the 2015 releases. Those were awful. Those were some of the worst packaging for a major franchise that I've ever seen. These are definitely a step above that, but we'll get into them. So there's 6 films. There's Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, and Diamonds Are Forever. They each get their individual steelbooks with this nice like foam on the inside to protect them, so they're not going to get scratched up. They're not going to rub up against each other. So let's start from the beginning with Dr. No. So here's the artwork for Dr. No. From what I know, these artworks are just like a still of Sean Connery from the movies. So there's that. I didn't see the back artwork. I actually kind of like that. There's Bond with Honey Rider, Ursula Andress. The spine just says Dr. No. We open it up and we do get a digital code, but then we get this envelope, which I'll go over in a minute. All right, you get your 4K disc, and there is your inside artwork. Again, probably just a still from the movie or behind the scenes still or whatever. So that's the whole inside of it. What's on this envelope? I think I know what this is. Yeah, okay, so in the envelope, if you pre-order this or if you get this edition, it does come with a certificate of authenticity. They made 15,300 of these, and mine is 2,845. I'll show that off real quick. If you want to pause it and read it, go ahead. But that's a nice certificate. It's nice, thick cardboard, paper, whatever you want to call it. The back is just legal stuff on the bottom. Nothing really to write home about. So that's pretty cool. But there's Dr. No. Next is From Russia with Love. This is a lot of people's favorite classic James Bond movie, and it is one of my favorites too. I do really like this movie. This one looks like, yeah, it opens up. That's really cool. I like that one. And then you get your 4K disc on the inside. If I can get it out, there we go. And then there's your artwork on the inside. Pretty cool. I like the vibe they're going with. Again, I can understand not loving this type of artwork, but it could have been a lot worse in my opinion. So that's From Russia with Love. Next is my favorite Sean Connery Bond film, Goldfinger. I know it's kind of a cliche, but come on, this film is just, this is as perfect as a classic film as you can get in my opinion. It's just awesome. There's the back. I think this one is similar vibe, kind of similar. It blends in a little bit better. And then, okay, so a little disappointing. The 4K disc isn't gold, more of a gold color. It's kind of like a greenish yellow color, but I mean, it's whatever. The inside artwork makes sense. Golden Girl, classic. Can't beat that one. Yeah, my only disappointment with this one is that the disc isn't a goldish color, but, you know, what are you going to do with that? So that's Goldfinger. Next is Thunderball. In my opinion, the most overrated James Bond movie ever. I've never really cared for this movie, but, you know, it's a part of this series, and even some of the lesser Bond movies, I do enjoy watching, except for A View to a Kill. That one I just, like, cannot watch. No joke, I tried watching A View to a Kill last year. I couldn't get through it. It's just so bad. But anyway, we're not talking about that. Here is the artwork. There's the back of it. It doesn't really blend together like the other ones. There's your 4K disc, and here is the inside artwork. Pretty cool. Again, I like the vibe they're going for here. Thunderball. Next is probably my least favorite artwork of this set. You Only Live Twice. I mean, I know that's an entertaining moment in the movie, but you really couldn't have picked something better for that. I do like the back of it, though. I mean, I love that they put Blofeld in the back of it. Okay, there's the 4K disc, and here is the inside artwork. Pretty nice. Yeah, so far out of all these, this is my least favorite artwork of it. But you know, what can I say? What can you do about it? I guess you can complain about it, but these are already printed, so it doesn't matter. So that's You Only Live Twice. And lastly, Diamonds Are Forever. I like this image of Sean Connery a lot more than some of the other ones on here. There's the back of it. Again, it doesn't blend in at all. So far, From Russia with Love was the only one that kind of blended together like that. I mean, it is what it is. 4K disc. There's the inside. I think that's kind of funny that they chose that because it is kind of a comedic moment in the movie. Diamonds Are Forever is definitely probably the most comedic Sean Connery James Bond movie. It was never one of my all-time favorites, but I do enjoy watching aspects of this movie. So, yeah, I mean, what can I say? What else can I say? I like that image of Sean Connery. The back is pretty cool. diamonds are forever. And before anyone comments on this, before anyone thinks about this, know this set does not come with Never Say Never Again. Never Say Never Again was made by a different company, different producers. It is not affiliated with the official James Bond movies, nor do I think it ever will be. Yes, I do know that because of the Amazon MGM deal, Amazon now owns everything Bond, even Never Say Never Again and the 1967 spoof movie Casino Royale. But the fact of the matter is, this is a box set of the official James Bond movies. Only the official ones. You're not getting Never Say Never Again with it. I know Never Say Never Again has its fans. I enjoy the movie to a certain degree, but if you want Never Say Never Again, you're going to have to, unfortunately, get the Blu-ray or watch it digitally. The Blu-ray is very hard to find. I had to buy a German version of the film, and then the cover got a little ruined, so I had to print off my own cover, but the inside artwork, as you can see, it doesn't say 20th Century Fox on it like it would have said. It's got some other company logo on it. Would I like to see this movie get a 4K upgrade? Yeah, I would. I'd like to see all the Bond films get a 4K upgrade, but until then, you're going to have to settle for just the Blu-ray with this. I would probably say Never Say Never Again and the 1967 Casino Royale are probably going to get their own individual releases if they were to release those movies on 4K. So don't want to hear any of that. That is the information you need to know about that. Overall, guys, I love this set. I'm so glad I went with the Steelbook set. You got a really nice, sophisticated looking matte finish with like the glossiness on the 007 logo. You get all the films on individual steelbooks. Yeah, the artwork. I know a lot of people want the original poster artwork for steelbooks nowadays, but I don't know. I'm getting a little tired of hearing stuff like that. It is what it is. The studios are going to do what they want. Sure, we can make our voices known, and we have had some stuff like that. For instance, the Fright Night steelbook used the theatrical poster art. So, I mean, there are studios that are listening to stuff like that. It's just, for this, I can understand the vibe they were going for with this. Would it have been cool to have the original poster art? Yeah, but again, this artwork could have been a lot worse. So I'm glad that this box set is out there. I'm hoping this is successful enough to where we get the other James Bond movies on 4K, the Roger Moore movies, the Timothy Dalton movies, the Pierce Brosnan movies, George Lazenby's one movie on Her Majesty's Secret Service. I do really like that movie, so I'm hoping that gets a nice 4K upgrade. I don't think the Daniel Craig ones need a new upgrade. The 4Ks of his movies are great. I mean, for all of his movies. They all look fantastic, so I can't imagine them doing new 4K releases for those, but these classic ones, I'm glad they're finally doing it. I'm glad we have the Connery films. I love this set, and I highly recommend picking it up. If the Steelbook set, if you are interested in the Steelbook set right now, it is out of stock on Amazon. I pre-ordered it as soon as it went up. That was probably the best idea to do that. But it's been slowly going back in and out of stock ever since it's been available. But if it does end up coming back available, I would recommend picking it up. This is a gorgeous box set. And if for some reason you can't or you just don't want to, the regular edition is still available. It is going to be cheaper than what the Steelbook set's going for. So you got options for this. So yeah, that's it. I'm very happy. I'm very excited to watch these movies on 4K. If you guys want me to do 4K reviews for all these movies, then let me know that down in the comment section below. Also, let me know in the comment section if you picked up these movies on 4K. Are you excited to pick them up? Whatever your thoughts on all that is, let me know in the comment section. And just like always, guys, thank you again for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like and share it. Subscribe right here if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, take care.